Yes, so we don't come again. Our program don't start again. Part two of the program don't start again. Hopefully, we will not get the kind of problem when we get for part one when we start our program for part one. Uh, make you bear with me. Make we dey blow small music as we dey go.
More on.
Yeah, we go stay for Igbo land today. Oh.
Shaman, let us branch.
We dey play one fantastic one evergreen classic from Dr. Oliver De Coke.
Let us branch.
The late Oliver De Coke.
Okay.
They call this one father. Okay. Make I call my guest fast.
Founder, national patron, the most of Nigeria. G.H. Kelo. Do not forget the chief. National patron. Muhammad Obiese. Azu Kenya Bunubi. National patron. Share and Grover. G.L. Compo. Vice National President. People's Club of Nigeria. Share saying of Omoji. Omo Nigeria Freedom Bank. That's the way they get again. Share saying. Shipsa. Johnson Oiwe. Okay, elect. People's Club of Nigeria.
My next guest today, she don't reach the studio. She dey go through security.
Former secretary, Lagos branch.
It be like say they tell me say she don't pass security. Now the makeup people now in the whole back.
Lagos secretary, Lagos branch. Yes, you now. Nayalugo second of Umpere. Financial secretary. I'll see you there. Go in your community. Every treasurer in the Lagos branch. Chief Mike Arinze. Go never forget it. First national president. Share second vice national president. What do you think of election? Nigeria.
Yes, so you see better at the talk. Our makeup team don't do better work for my guest today. You see how she look majestically beautiful. How you doing, my sister?
I do. Good morning. Good
morning. Make I apologize first of all to Honor and to all our people we we tuned in earlier on where we say we get small problem. Some people they talk saying now only our voice that they hear, they know they see our face. And now our face people can't see. So I apologize to them. I make our program they run a bit late today, but no worry, we will finish a little bit later.
20 minutes late, oh. Now 20 minutes late. This no be a bit late. This be a lot late.
But you know, say the guy will come before now. The problem where we get killed almost over half an hour of his time. Now he make us just do it like that. Make you no vex, my sister. And I know some people like you know, they waste with time because this woman well now they see so. You know they take time play. Oh, now world-renowned coordinator. If you mess about, you will feel the wrath of Mrs. Akande. My dear sister, this is introducing to honor somebody who does something where they a little bit different from waiting all of us they do. She will talk to us first of all about the importance of having holidays because one thing where those of us where they live for Budoyinbo, one thing where we don't incorporate into our lifestyle the holidays. As we they take holidays, holidays they're important for us. So she be expert in that field. She will tell us. And a lot of us went to holidays when we say the holidays na disaster. Some of us do holidays when we say the holidays na nightmare, absolute nightmare. How you go fit get compensation, redress, how you go fit go about the complaint procedure. The perfect holiday that you can get, she go tell you about her. She go tell you the role where she they do, when we say our role, they're very important in the dispute between holiday makers and holiday providers. She will tell you everything today. She don't study you. This woman study. In fact, I don't lose count of how many master's degree you get. she be the person where we Yoruba people they call Igi, the tree where they grow books. She don't study well, but she's still modest and she did compose. She's still a loyal wife. She's still a loving mother, and she's a very, 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 very active socialite. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Dayo Akande. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Morning, everybody. How na day?
We did well. So, as we always start for this program, we will start from the beginning. The grassroots days, the growing up days, the schools you attended, the funds we had, the things we got up to in our young days. You know, young days, early days stages of our education, going into the later stages of our education, whether the whole journey starts from here or go to Nigeria, or start from another Obodo Igbo, go to Nigeria, or start from Nigeria, come here. Give us a brief update, my brother. Okay. My sister, sorry.
Okay, oh, thank you, everyone. Make I first apologize. Pidgin no be my first language. So if I go into normal English, make na no vex. Na disclaimer, make na no vex. But I done the practice how to speak Pidgin English. So hopefully I will do a great job. So my journey for education started in Nigeria. Now here they born me. But when I was young, my parents go back home. You know, my parents come here, come study. When they finish studying and they get their jobs, they go back home. They take me and my younger brother back home. I went to Lara Day Nursery and Primary School with the Ikeja. When I finished from there, I don't really understand or remember much of my nursery school, but my secondary school, I go to Maryland. Maryland is the best school in Lagos State.
I beg, Biko, make you not talk too much. It be like saying you dey forget St. Gregory's College.
No, be not take our principal.
No. Now we give now. Now we give now Paul Amenity. Amenity was our principal before we gave back to.
I know, but we too, we like Omoera. Now we were doing very well with Omoera. There was no problem. Then now come Tifam, give us Paul Amenity.
Now trade by barter. We give you experience.
We still like Paulo. Paulo be the man the principal. God rest his soul.
Yes, sir.
So when I finished for Maryland was a great school for me. You know, Maryland now the only mixed secondary school where they will be Catholic for Nigeria during that time. I don't know for now, but at the time, it was an experiment to see whether you could mix, you could have boys and girls in a secondary school for Catholic school. So it was
absolutely
it was an experiment that did very, very well. And I enjoy my time, even though they punished me. The first day of school for Maryland, I was punished. And I was innocent though, but I got punished. When I left Maryland, I came here, do my A-levels here, do my first degree here, do my second degree here. Like you mentioned, I get plenty of degree. You know, be my fault. I like to study. I prefer to study than to be working. Because study, you just take the book, you read the book, you do the exam, you move. You know, but going to work in a different thing. So when I came here, I did my law degree. When I finished the law degree, I decided I will go do masters. But unlike everybody else, I say I don't go do the normal LLM where everybody else they do. I like to do something that is totally different that people expect me to do. So I go do international and comparative business law for Central London. I enjoyed it well, because it opened up my eyes to business, not just law. Because law is good, but law na book. You will read the book, you go apply the law to the situation, and then you go. But business law, especially international comparative law, it opens your eyes to other environments, not just England, you know. And then you go to see similarities between the things that we do and everybody else. You know, that's how you go understand, say, all of us now one. All of us now one. When I finished that, by the time I finished my master's in international law, I was working. So I did work, you know, I work for the Real Regulator's Office. When I did do my first degree, the module which I hate the most, na contract law. I thought it was boring. You offer acceptance and then you give. It was boring to me. So in fact, the first essay where I do for university now on contract law, and I thought I did it to the best of my ability. But when I get my results, I look at the results, look at the essay. What kind of result is this? So I went to the professor and said, what kind of crappy mark you give me? He looked at me and said, nah, crappy essay now. Crappy essay must get crappy mark. So he gave me a crappy mark. So it is amazing that for the past 20 years, all the things where they deal with now contracts. Now the one that
the thing where you hate most, the thing where you hate most that time,
now they used to chop for the past 20 years. So my life has always been contracts. It's looking at contracts, whether an access contract, na station contract, every contract I don't look. Anyway, when I started work, I realized that yes, my law degrees can help me, but I now get one manager, God rest his soul, my very first proper real manager for the regulation office. In a white man, but they born him for Lagos. So you know, fit even speak Yoruba in front of him. He knows what you are saying. It was really, really disconcerting. Now he tell me, make I go and look for a business type degree. Say it go help me to manage the strategic corporate world. That the law is good because yes, you go look at contracts, you can know which is good, but after a while you need to move up. And in order for you to move up, to start to get all them promotion, to start to sit at the table of greatness, you need to go and do business. Now here they look for course to do, or they look for this course, look that course. Anyway, eventually I decided I will go do MBA. But if I do MBA, everybody they do project management. Make I do MBA, make I specialize in project management and consultancy. So all the contracts where they do, they consult on top of that one. On the first day, before I even get into the MBA itself, I put application together, I take them to my boss. We now look at the policy at the time. The policy say they can pay for your course if you need to. I now look at the policy, I go speak to HR. HR say, yes, normally they go pay for course, but now 50% too. I now go back to my boss now, say, they say now 50% too. This course is expensive. Oh. You people now know they pay me enough money for me to be able to afford to go do this course. My boss now say, let's look at the policy properly. This is why you need to go on this course. We now look at the policy. The policy says they can pay, but the policy no say what percentage of payment they fit do. So my boss said, make we put them for 100%, and then if they say no, we go deal with them. So we put them in. So they approve the whole 100%.
They don't get choice now. They don't say the lawyers that they deal with. Continue, my sister.
It was shock to me. Now so they approve them. So yes, I started the course. On the first day of the course director come up, give speech, say anyone will do this course. The MBA in a good course, and I recommend it. MBA in a very, very good course. Anyone will do this course will get promotion from the time you start this course to at least 2 years after you receive this course, because the thing where they will teach you will help develop your career. Okay, me, I just just they talk. Within 1 year, I don't start the course. I don't get promotion. As a talker, so that's how it be. So I did the MBA. I started to grow and develop. You know, the things where I don't know. You open my eye to so many things. So when I sit at the table now with them senior oga, I know what them they talk about. Me too, I put my own. Sometimes I don't really know, but you know, I shall put my own. And I say them, they listen. I they grow, I they get promotion, I they move. You know, I still they do my contract, so my access contract, but I they move within organizations. I have worked mainly in transport. So I work for railway, I be railway girl. I work for Heathrow Airport, I manage them contract. I work for Network Rail. You know, I move around. I now work for Heathrow. When I finish working for Heathrow, I work for this very small consultancy. But the people where did that the consultants where they there, they're highly specialized people with like multiple degrees, you know, architects, engineers. They employ me. I didn't think I was good enough, but they employ me. So this small consultancy was bought out by a big, massive consultancy, and they took us on. On the day that we all came together as one, the CEO, now only me be the only black girl within that company. The CEO come, they talk about arbitration. These are what we do. These are the kind of things that we do. We do mediation. We do other forms of, you know, we're highly specialized. When he finished, I made a target for him. I now come. In fact, that day when he did that speech, now my birthday. So I believe now my birthday present. So I now went up to him. I said, this arbitration where they talk about, what is it? Tell me. He now tell me. The arbitration, you go manage disputes. You go decide dispute between A and B. You know, you get freedom. You can do whatever it is you want. So I now looked at him. I said, hey, so how do you do this? How do you get there? He said, hey, you go do course. A Chartered Institute of Arbitrators. You go and find out about the course, and then you go and do it. So I thought, okay, all right. So I now tell him, as they join you people now, if I go and do this course, if I like him, she'll not go pay for him. He now look me up and down. That day was my 48th birthday party. I'm 52 now, but I was 42 years. He now look me up and down. He said, are you a small girl now? I was like, no, I'm not a small girl. Though. Today is my birthday. I'm 48. He said, okay. I said, if I go and do this course, as we don't join you so, and you want us all to develop together, if I join you, if I go and do the course, sure, you go pay for them. He said, how many degrees you have? Because here we we are very specialized. We have quantity surveyors, we have architects. I get degree. I get 2 at master's level. I said, hey, you get 2 at master's level. We'll pay for it. I said, you will pay for the whole thing from beginning to end. This was a conversation of about 20 minutes. He said, yes, we go pay for it. I said, okay, thank you. That's not my birthday present. The next day, I send them email. Thank you about the thing where we discuss. You say you go pay for everything. Can I just have it in writing, I beg? So that when I take them to HR will say, how much is this? Now, so he came back, said, okay, yes, I remember you now. He stopped short of saying, you'll be the only black girl with there inside the room, but it don't matter. I know that's how you remember me. He now say, you go pay. That's how I start my arbitration journey. And they pay. They pay for all the modules. In fact, as I was going through the modules, the course was getting harder and harder. I don't go lie. I don't do plenty exam in my time. But this course, it shake me small. When I got to, you rise for status. You start as an associate, then you become member, then you become fellow. When I do the membership, when I got to membership status, I wanted to rest because it tired me. So exam. And the exam, 70% na pass mark. So if you get below 70%, you don't fail. I wanted to rest. Let me rest more before I go on to the fellowship module, which is the hardest one of all. So I come to speak to one of my colleagues at work, and I talk, say, don't stop, keep carrying this one that they are paying for. They're not paying for it. Maybe you are an Ijebu girl. I beg, carry on, keep going. Let them pay for it, finish. When they pay for it and you don't finish everything, you go rest. So I said, okay. So I finished exam like on Tuesday. I got my results maybe 2 weeks later, and then I started the final course. The week that I started the final course, after they don't pay for and finish, the company was sold. Somebody else came in. So if I hadn't carried on, now me for go pay for the last module of the course. So that's how I become international arbitrator.
Well done, my sister. And that title, no be small title at all. Those of us who may not understand the title, they go soon understand, so they follow this our program to go. The first thing the next thing we are going to ask you to say, that time when you decide, say you go do arbitration, that time, all the times when you decided, you say you go to do progress in your with your accomplishments and your qualifications. Obviously, you'll be mother at that time, you'll be wife, and you get serious domestic responsibility. How you take jugular, because they always try to point out this to our ladies with the view. Already, they themselves know, say, being a Nigerian woman in this country and attaining the status that some of you have attained, that literally impossible job. But how you navigate all the hurdles will come your path as a mother, as a husband, and obviously, I know you were born here, but as a black woman, how you take on, because every one of the things I mentioned has got its own hurdles to cross. How you take do am?
You have to be able to plan. You go planner. When I did do my MBA, my daughter, thankfully she know dey Facebook. I was potty training her at the moment. She's 21 years old now, but I was potty training her at the moment. And at that time, I was married. I am not married now. I have been divorced for a number of years now. So when I was doing the MBA, I had to discuss with my husband first, because you have to study and it's not easy. If you want pass exam, you have to do the work. You have to do the work. You have to put the time in. You have to do the work. And you have to be, as a mother, you have to plan yourself. You will know when you will go work. I was working full time most of the time. You will know when you will go to work, you will do your work, because even if when you are studying, you have to do the work because then they pay you to do the work. And you know, if it say, I did study, it's not an excuse. So you have to find the time. So for me, when I am at work, I am focused, I do the work where they ask me to do, and I do them to the best of my ability. When I finish work, I will come home, sort out the picking. If not food, sometimes I have to do food in advance. You just have to make, my freezer was my best friend. So for weekend, I will do my bulk cooking and bulk and do all that in there. And then I portion myself. And also, what I also had to do was discuss with my husband at the time. You know how they do discuss. You have to help me small. There will be times when I know good day available. It was not easy. I tell you, it was not easy. Because even sometimes why he understand, some other people don't understand though. Some other people like, which one is your own? Why? What are you studying? For what? Why? You be mom now. Your main priority now your child, your main priority now your marriage, now your main priority now to your workplace. You just have to manage it as best you can. And the only way I fit manage them was to plan. I knew there are some days when I work, there are some days when I study, and when I study. I have to do that one. I know fit to do till daybreak study. I know fit to do that one. My father was very disappointed. But I know they do till daybreak study. But I go study. Maybe I start studying at around 8 o'clock. I will study for 3 hours. And then I will leave it. And then the next day I will go do the same thing. You know, I will start. There's a time for study. I know fit cram. If I don't understand them, I know go get them. So I have to read and read and read again to study. And that's how I managed myself all the way through. By the time I do the arbitration, you know, my daughter did uni then. So it was easier for me to come home from work. When I come home from work, I eat, I watch TV. And then from 9 o'clock, I bring out the books and I do the thing where I need to do until maybe 11:30. But I go do them every single day so that it's not too much for me and I go catch up. When I go work, I take the books, read the book on the train. Sometimes lunch break, I will take the books, read the book on the train. And then another thing where I do when I do the arbitration is I form network. All of us with the course, we all get WhatsApp. We form a group where we go to help ourselves, do past question papers, talk to each other. You know, that's the only way in which you can make friends. That's the only way in which you can manage the work. And you speak. I mean, some of my lecturers, then be my friends. I go ask them, so how are you going to do this? How do you do that? You know, until I get to a particular stage. It's not easy and it takes planning, but I tried the best that I could.
Well done, my sister. Now, the next question where I go ask now, and I go put caveat for this one. So, because correct me if I'm wrong. I know say I go get them wrong, but that's why I did drop the caveat. Now, what you they do now, arbitration for between holiday makers and holiday providers. But is that what is now the thing where they do now be that?
Yes. So I be international commercial arbitrator. So anything we get international flavor, now here I do. I don't do domestic, although I can, but my training was as an international arbitrator. So the thing where I do now, disputes between holiday makers and travel companies. Now package holiday, now travel arbitration. So if to say, let me give you an example. If to say you decide you want to go Orlando for holiday for America, you go book. If you go to a company like Thompson or TUI and you get the package, you go book airline tickets. You go book hotel. You know, now two. It has to be two, at least 2 items. And then you go book tickets. Maybe to go to the Disney World and all those things. If you book them as package, you now decide that when you go to Orlando, when you get to the hotel where they broke your where you fit book, no be the room they give you. Or the tickets where you book, no be the tickets they give you. Then you go get dispute with the holiday maker. And then when you come back or when you are there, you go contact Thompson or TUI and say, the room that I paid for, no be the room they give you. Maybe I booked 2 rooms, they just give you 1 room. Or you book room and breakfast and they don't give you breakfast. You go complain to the travel company. If the travel company no answer you or no give you satisfactory response, then you go tell them, say you won't go arbitration. And if that company is a member of the Association of British Travel Agencies, then will give you the form where you need to complete. Then it goes to arbitration. The panel of arbitrators where they look at travel disputes, and that panel at they sit on, they go allocate them to me, then go give me the information, I go make a decision within 28 days. And that decision is binding in law. That's how it works.
Fantastic. So first of all, because our lifestyle, since we dey obodo, it don't change small for our lifestyle for Naija. When we dey Naija, we know the talk of holiday. We don't know what holiday be. Okay, if we get Ileya festival or we get Christmas, we dey go home. But we know they really do holiday as such. But since we don't reach this country now, we don't dey that holiday system. It don't get infused into our daily living. And we come notice, me personally, I notice say these Igbo people, they know they play with holiday. And the guy reason as they know they play with holiday, they work hard like everybody else. But that's since I begin take holiday, and I don't see the value for holiday in my style, in my lifestyle, which is I don't take holiday till about 10 years ago. Since I begin take holiday, I can't see the value of that 2-3 days or 1 week where you go take. They play very important role in our lifestyle. So I want to make you tell our people, especially our ladies who work and flog themselves from morning till night every day, the importance of taking a little holiday. And if they're going to take the holiday, the kind of holiday will go be beneficial for them, especially if they go as family. Just give us small knowledge. I know it's not be your field per se, but just give us the importance of holiday in our lifestyle in today's day and age. But before I ask that question, before you answer that question, may I quickly shout out some people's name because a lot of people they watch us. Sheyi Jola Osho all the way from Nigeria, Jolly J, I see you. Alex Okudi, Adeyinka Ilemobade, Bosu Johnson, my good friend. Olaitan Olayomi, Patience Okemi Abolade, Bayo Shopinia from UAE, James Johnson, JJ, Bode Lawson. A lot of people are watching. We hail all of you now. We thank all of you now for your support. Thank you very much. So, my sister, answer that question, please.
Okay, thank you. It is important for everybody, male or female or mothers, to refresh yourself, to re-energize yourself. Because when you work, even if you be housewife, you are still working. When you wake up in the morning, you will do this, you will do that. It is important to give your body a time of rest. Even for Bible self, they say God rests on the 7th day. So it is important that you rest. Now, how you fit rest is up to you. Because we all day, even when we day Nigeria, some people they travel. They don't have to travel outside of the country, but they travel, go wherever it is, whether na Abeokuta or Abuja or whatever it is. But it is important for everyone to hold off a minute and just relax. And how you do it is left to you. Me, I know fit prescribe. Me, I like to travel. Even though I work in travel arbitration, some of the stories where they reach, some of the disputes where they come across my desk, I will look at it and go, me, I know they go that country. Or some of them I will look and go, I would like to go there. But it's important to disconnect yourself. The same way in which you go charge your battery, or you go turn off your computer, or you go reboot. If you can reboot all these mechanical things, why can't you reboot yourself? And that is why it is good to go on holiday. That is how me and the see am. It is good to step back and just relax and just let your body feel. So you know, go wake up every morning and have to sweep the floor and wash the plate. You know, just for a few, I mean, you go try them. If you do it for the weekend, then you go do it for another for 5 days. Then you do it for 2 weeks. As we get older, it is important when we go to take time out for ourselves. And that is the importance of holiday to me. What you do on your
Thank
holiday
you.
is up to you.
Good point. Now, in this business where you day, in this industry where you day, rather, I know say you for don't come across a lot of very, very bizarre nightmare holidays. You get some program where they do where they say holidays from hell. Just share your, without mentioning specific names and destinations or whatever, share some of the really weirdest holiday nightmares that have been brought to you to decide over. That is one. And so and another thing is to advise our people on the importance of making a claim. If you think, say, you get claim, if you think, say, your holiday when you done the plan for all your life, or for 1 year where you dey work, don't turn to nightmare when you reach there. You know, say some of us we say, I don't like wahala jare, I don't fit. Now so letter we go there right. Now so email we go there say. Believe it or not, me myself when I talk, I am a culprit because with someone who comes from a legal background, somebody who don't work for shelter for over 10 years. Can you believe that I actually miss a compensation because I couldn't be bothered? So you know, there's nothing to be ashamed of here, but it is the truth. You know, waiting dey important. They say make una no give up. Just encourage our people. A lot of people, for instance, now I will give you a good example. Now with this Corona situation, a lot of this holiday provider they talk say no, we don't go pay you, we don't go give you your money back, we go give you voucher. Is that legal? Are they allowed to say that? Our people, this holiday industry, they strange to us. We are still new into it in some cases. So we need a lot of heads up. We need a lot of advice. Can you advise us? First of all, give us some of the weirdest holiday stories you've had, and then advise us on making sure we follow up any issues we have. Thank you, my sister.
Okay, thank you. Well, actually, one of my cases, they don't show I'm for holiday nightmare. I think the worst one. I have so many stories, and some of the stories not be as bad as people think. So sometimes you fit claim for things where you think are not important if you pay attention. But there was this one case, this family, the man they work as a builder. I think they work 7 days. So you don't really get time to go on holiday. So him and your wife, they now plan with their 2 children to go on holiday. And I won't say the country they went to. They book package deal, 2 weeks in this hotel. The flight, everything was fine. When they get to the hotel, and this was during the school's holiday, so they could travel with the children. When they reach hotel, the room where they give them, if you see the toilet, if you see the bathroom, na so mold. This na 4-star hotel, not the 3-star hotel. Na so mold all over the toilet, the bedroom, the sheets on the bed get funny kind of red stains. And this man, he take photograph. Funny kind of red stain On the balcony, there were droppings, mouse droppings, cigarette butts. This was supposed to be a 4-star hotel. When they went out in the evening, there was a fight in the hotel lobby. You know, this was like a proper nightmare for the man, his wife, and the 2 children. You know, the food was bad. They claimed the food was bad. The food was cold. But what got me was the state of that room, where you have small pickings, and one of them was a little baby. The state of the room, the dust on the room, the toilet. This no be, better country where you no expect to see that for 4-star hotel. So that was the worst one that I have seen. There are other stories where, when you book a holiday, now contract, they are providing you with a service and you go pay them for it. It's not free. So whatever they say they go provide, they have to provide it. If they say they're going to give you double room and you pay for double room, you must get your double room. But there is also a responsibility, make you check your documents before you pay. Because when they send you stuff, when the travel company sends you stuff, you look through them. You will see terms and conditions. If you see these terms and conditions, there might be about 50. Very tiny handwriting. Very tiny. You might look at, there's no need. Read them. If you don't understand, then call the company and say, I don't understand this term. What do you mean? Because if you don't do that, you cannot later on say, I didn't know that this was the case. One of the stories I can tell, I think this is the very first case that I had. There was a couple and they were traveling somewhere in South America. You need visa before you go. You know if you enter the country if you don't get visa. So they book the holiday, they book hotel, they book flights. In the paperwork where the holiday maker sent the couple, he said there at the bottom, very small, you must have a visa before you travel. The couple no read them. So when they come get to airports now and they want check-in, the airline say, now where is the visa? There is no visa. The airline say, we no fit carry you because you no get visa. Now in the couple come, they complain. Say holiday maker no tell them, say you need visa before you travel. But in the paperwork where they send you 3 times, when you pay deposit, they will send you the itinerary. They send you again when you finish paying, and then they send you again at the final stage. And he said that in small letters, you must have a visa before travel to this country. So they now come to me say, the holiday maker spoiled their holiday because they had to miss the flights. They have to go and apply for visa. When they get the visa, then they went on the flight. So they missed out a little bit because they had to pay some extra bits. Of course, now, when I look at the contract now, when you pay your deposit and they send you 3 times and you no read them, who are you going to blame? In as much as I won't give you compensation, you have to help me so that I can help you. So that is one tip. If you do decide, say you won't go on holiday, read everything. Because once you don't pay the contract, once you don't pay your balance, at least if you pay deposit, you can still say, I don't do anymore. But once you don't pay balance, your contract, there is a term when they say the contract is made. There's nothing you can do. The contract is made.
What? Yeah, continue.
I wanted to talk about another one, which our Nigerian people, they do a lot of now. Now, cruise. Now, cruise. Everyone, they do cruise. Me too, I don't go on a couple of cruise. I like them well. But the thing with cruise is this. When the captain say, we know they go that country anymore, there is nothing you fit do about it. So when you book a cruise, look at the fine print. Because the fine print go say, whichever the captain of the ship, because now they're responsible for your safety once you're there at sea and the operation of the vessel. So if you are supposed to go to Vietnam and civil unrest this Vietnam, or the weather no good, or the weather no go good in 2 days time, you know, because they have these instruments where they fit no. Then the captain can say, I no go there anymore. We they go somewhere else. So you know, fit come to me as arbitrator and say, when I paid for this cruise, I pay for America, Vietnam, Cuba, etc., etc. Because the fine print at the bottom go say the thing where the captain, what the captain decide, now the captain go do. That is an example of another a story that comes to life.
Very, very interesting. Very interesting. I would never, I for not know that for 20 years, forever and ever. That very, very interesting one. What about the ones where they say holiday providers could provide? You get one way my wife is involved in, where they say the holiday provider promised it was a package to one European country. This is a very good holiday spotlight. But they provide, say, motorway go pick them for airport. Correct motor go pick them for airport, take them to hotel, do this, do that. She get compensation, but it's just good to share things like this with our people. That guy say, when you say if they promise that, then they call reach there now the motorway can't carry them now one kind. You know the cars where they call Shalaki for Nigeria. maybe say now one guy Shalaki can't carry them. And then the guy can't carry them reach the hotel now. You don't even drive them enter hotel. You park for the other side of the hotel. Make they come out. They don't understand each other language anyway. They have to cross 4 lanes to get to the middle and another 4 lanes to be able to, with all their luggages, herself and her sister, to get into the hotel. If people have situations like that where they say holiday providers, then they promise a lot. But not be all of them they fulfill their promise. Which can redress our people fit? If can redressive action our people fit take?
Okay. Sometimes some of these holiday makers, then they work with outsiders, then they rank them, then they rate them. So it is important, if you know get the service that you feel you have paid for, to put your hand up and write them and let them know, because only when people they complain, now they go improve their process. That is one thing. Now, in a situation where you pay for a service, if they say car will carry you from A to B, the first question I go ask is, did the car carry you from A to B? As in, did he say they was going to pick you up from airport and take you to the hotel? Which kind of car did the holiday maker promise? Did they say it go be Danfo, it go be Bale Kaja, it could be Mercedes? Then you go start to break them down. If he carry you the hotel, but the hotel be on the other side of the road, but he carry you the hotel, and he carry you there safely, all that will be taken into account in the level of compensation that we go give you. So, for instance, let me give you a similar example. Say, for instance, you go on holiday, they say you pay for grade B hotel. When you get to the hotel say, this is the grade B hotel, the grade B room where you go get. The room where they up to standard. So they upgrade you. That's up. Remember, you pay for B. They give you A. The value of that, the difference between A and B, now in your compensation. So you have to be careful when you ask for compensation, that you make sure that it is clear what it is you are asking for. And that makes it easier for us as arbitrators to give you the compensation where you deserve. Now, if you ask for £100 in compensation, if me as arbitrator see that you are clearly entitled to £200, but now only £100 you ask for, now £100 you go get. That's how it
Mm.
works. That's how it works in Nigeria.
Sorry to break in, my sister. But say, for instance, now some people think say they entitled to compensation, but they don't know the actual value of that compensation. Say, for instance, the actual value of the compensation they want now £500 or something worth £500, but they don't know. They can't go ask for value of £150 or something worth £150. It's sometimes if they're not the professional for that industry, they feel not know the value and worth of how they go fit find out. Say they go fit, some people go say, I don't go fit go take advice already on that one, it go cost me money. How they fit know the value of how much compensation they can ask for?
It depends on your reason for compensation. If your compensation is to get back the money where you don't pay, so if you pay £50 for holiday now and you feel say the holiday was bad, everything, nothing worked, then a £50 value you go want as compensation because it go put you in a neutral spot. So you don't miss anything. Sometimes the cases where I get, people ask for more than. So you go on holiday for £5,000, pay £5,000 for holiday, and you decide that the hotel, you don't like the hotel. You pay £5,000 for the whole of the holiday. I know fit give you 5,000 because you take flights, get there. You take the value of the taxi from A to B, you take them. So I can only give you the value, and that's determination of how much to ask for. You have to be reasonable. If you know they're reasonable, you know go get your money, and it might cost you. So you go do your research. Everybody knows how much it takes to get a plane from A to B. Everybody knows how much it costs to stay in a hotel from A to B. It's just a matter of you go do the research and then you go claim accordingly. It is not a good idea to overclaim. This will be negotiation. You know, for negotiation, if you are negotiating with the holiday company, before you come to arbitrator, you fit put whatever amount you want in there. The holiday maker, they are the ones who know the value of what they are providing. They will tell you. Sometimes they make you an offer and say, we go offer you £100, or we understand, say, you be frequent flyer with us, so therefore we'll offer you this amount. You go look at that amount well, and see if they of value to you. If you try to be a little bit greedy, you might end up with nothing. That's the risk.
Thank you, my sister. Like, lastly, we go. I noticed, say, you did another side to you now, your confidence, as you be good speaker. Most of the alumni, and you did very, very, very involved with the alumni associations, not just your own school, not just your alma mater, but other schools as well, the NSF. And most of the time where you do, especially this corona thing, we don't come now, you don't give us opportunity to break into these virtual broadcasting and virtual activities and virtual events. Most of these events, I don't say they always moderate, and you be the moderator or the MC. So where did that talent come from? Say that one is something where you just pick up along the line. Say it just happen naturally. I mean, something where you don't do from school days, vis-a-vis literary and debating society. What will be your confident booster?
I know. I don't know. I don't know.
Nobody don't ask you that question before, man.
When I did school, I was not one of the very quiet ones in school. You see, when you go to Maryland, they bully you small, and me, when I get mouth, you know, I fit defend myself. I kind of fell into it. It was more a Dayo, we do this thing. Dayo, we do MC. I don't know if I fit say I get confidence. I mean, like this is not the first time where I go do interview like this ever. This is not the first time. And Pidgin English, where I know understand, I know really they speak out very well. But I don't train with my brother. My brother was
all the training don't work. All the training don't work very well. Kudos to your brother.
But training me yesterday, I don't go and disgrace me, I beg. Try and speak a little bit. So I don't know. I was in the literary and debating society at school, but I don't even remember if I do debates. Now, Red Cross I did. I don't remember if I really do debate, but you study a lot, and when you study, you go do presentations. You could do presentations, you go get up, you go talk, and I practice a lot. I practice the things that I want to say. It's like when you go for an interview now, that's my boss, God rest his soul. He will say, stand in front of a mirror and be talking. You might feel stupid at first, but eventually you go the flow. You go the flow. That's where my confidence comes from. I guess my thing is waiting I get to lose. Pata, you will say no, go. But at least you go try. If you don't try, you don't get. So maybe that's my mantra. That I go try them once. If I don't like them, I don't go do them again. But I go try them. If you say do MC, I will do MC. It's not something that I do a lot. I do a lot. This virus has meant that I've had to do a lot more than the things I did do before. But it's okay now. I experience now. Each time I do them, I learn. I modify. Look at the way in which I do things, the way in which I prepare. And then I will learn from it and grow from it. And if something went wrong or I feel went wrong, I try and do better. The one thing that I always do is I try and do better each time. Like, how did I do this? How did I start? How do I finish? And then I make sure that I take the lessons of the past, make I use them to propel myself forward.
Okay, my dear sister. I must say this. You are a true daughter of the soil. We are proud of you. You are someone who came from small beginnings. I wouldn't say, with no disrespect in that at all, as such, grew to the woman you are today, to the leader you are today, and also to the position of responsibility where you attain today. I know say you no get there by no be more as than the talker. You no get there by child's play. You put a lot of graft into it, and we're proud of you. We know say you're proudly Nigerian, and definitely you're very, 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 very proud about Maryland. And I must say this: my sister, my baby sister, went to Maryland.
Best school for Lagos State.
I don't let's go there again. I don't pacify you. Don't let's go there again. And believe it or not, my mother actually went to Maryland. And you probably don't know this about Maryland. The school now convent before.
Yes, I know.
The school, brilliant. The school now convent before. My mama went to Maryland convent. From there, she became school teacher and principal, vice principal. She climbed up the education ladder in terms of teaching. So now school will get history, and till today, now fantastic international school, and I did very, very privileged to have you today as our guest, and I'm sure by the grace of God, if we have other issues related to holidays and travel, we will bring it to your attention. We would love to have you again. Thank you very much for coming to WAZOBIA.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
I hope
it was a great pleasure.
The Pidgin English.
Don't worry, you don't pass the test because you know chop fine. You don't watch this program where you don't see people who don't chop fine where you don't chop fine at all. In fact, now 3 bosa we will give you. Bosa. Take care, my sister. God bless you. Regards to your family.
Thank you.
So enjoy this music small, and when you're ready, sign off. So as you don't hear my people, today now Saturday, 31st of October 2020. And that was our dear sister, Mr. Dipo Oroti, latecomer. Dipo Oroti, I see you, my brother. Good morning. Yes, so before we go, two very important messages for now. First of all, I'd like to thank the engine room that despite the little setback we had today at the beginning of the program, we quickly rallied round and we resolved it. So on behalf of the engine room, Mojibishi, DJ Alexo, DJ Ultimate Adex, and my humble self, yours truly, DJ Jossy, would like to thank you for joining us today as usual. And we look forward to seeing you. We look forward to seeing you next Saturday. But before next Saturday, we are all aware of waiting they go on for Nigeria now. All the uprising way they go on, justifiably so in my opinion, and all the situations. So this Monday, the 2nd of November at 7 p.m. Nigerian time, UK time, sorry, 7 p.m. UK time, 8 p.m. Nigerian time, we'll get a panel of people representing the movement and people, professional analysts, both from Nigeria and here in the UK. We have Mr. Ayo Akinfe. We have across the comedian representing the youths. We have a very prominent politician from Nigeria and a lawyer as well, Mr. Basharu. And we also have Rugged Man, a socialite and musician. It will be from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Nigerian time, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. UK time. We want to talk about the current situation in Nigeria, how we got to this stage, how we are handling things, why it led to innocent civilians, youths being shot while cuddling the national flag and singing the national anthem. Whereas the so-called miscreants were out there destroying properties, why did they not go after the miscreants? Are they telling us that these peaceful protesters at the toll gate are the miscreants? And most importantly, having got to this situation, where we go next? So please tune in from all, just go to Facebook, WAZOBIA on Facebook, WAZOBIA Talk Show or WAZOBIA Show on Facebook, and you will see the program. Please join in. Tell your people, invite as many people as possible, because if it concerns Nigeria, it concerns each and every one of us. Thank you very much, and we'll see you first on Tuesday before we see you again on Saturday. God bless you. And the Tuesday program will be in proper English. It will not be in pidgin. That is how serious it is. Thank you. Goodbye now.